everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a highly requested video, and that is my year on review on my Mulberry Bayswater. If you've been here for the long haul, you'll know that in November 2013 I bought my Mulberry Bayswater in the oak leather in the natural finish for myself as a Christmas present to myself, and at the time it retailed for £895. I think it still retails for the same. As I said in my last video, I still work for the same department store, so I got discount at the time, so I did get it for cheaper. I haven't said how much I got it for, and I don't think I will, but just to let you know. I know a lot of people don't agree with such an expensive bag. I've had people say that I could have cured world hunger and helped loads of charities with the money, and I know I could have, but it's something that I wanted to buy for myself, really, I guess selfishly, but I work really hard for my money. Don't know why I'm going on about it, but I'm just thought I'd let you know. If you don't agree with luxury purchases like this, then I don't mind. You can X out of the video, that's absolutely fine. For people that want to watch and want to know, this is my lovely little bag. Voila! 1 whole year on from me buying it, I guess. I've used it every day since. At the time, my mum wrapped it up for me so I could open it on Christmas Day. It was something I wanted to wait for and have as a present, a proper present to myself. So yeah, I waited for it, and since Christmas Day 2013 I've used it every day. I use it for work, going out. I don't wear it clubbing, but I wear it for like meals and things, and I wear it on my days off when I go shopping and stuff like that. So this is my little bag. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be a what's in my bag and a review. This camera does not autofocus, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk through the way my bag has aged, and then at the end of the video I will put in inserts of close-up shots of the bag so you can see how it has aged in more detail. I hope that's okay. I hope you like it. So, as I said, I've used this bag every day, and because it isn't a patent finish, it's an actual leather, I knew it was going to age like Louis Vuitton bags do. They patina and they get darker on their leather as you use them. So I had that expectation that things were going to change when I bought it, and they have, but not in a bad way to me. I know some people probably won't like it, but I'm doing an honest review and you guys can see what will happen if you use your bag every day. So, this is my bag. If you have watched my first video, which I shall link below, you'll see that my bag was very structured. So if I touched it or moved it at all, it was very rigid. And I guess that's just like leather whenever you first have it. So you can see that this side especially has like a natural divot in it now. Ugh. So if I was to set my bag down, it loses quite a bit of structure. It doesn't hold itself up as much as it used to, and it's got a stain on the back, but we'll go into that in more detail. So the first thing to note is that your bag isn't going to stay as structured as mine was. I'm looking behind here because I've got a mirror just to make sure that you're all in the frame. So it has lost structure. I don't mind that. It's more of a slouchy bag now, but it has still got a lot of structure. I feel it hasn't completely. It doesn't fold in half, it doesn't, you know, fold over, and considering I use this bag really heavily, I'm quite happy with how it has aged. This does affect how you use the inside though, so if you're really trying to be organised inside the bag, because it does sort of slouch, a lot of your items do move a little bit, but we'll go into that later on. So, the way that's changed, I guess the next thing will be colouring. So you can probably see from here, as my camera doesn't autofocus, I have to be pretty careful with this. The colour of the handles has changed, so they're slightly darker on the tops, which is obvious. You're going to be holding it like this, or in the crook of your arm, or on your shoulder, and all of that will make that change colour. So I don't really mind that so much. I don't think it is bad at all. The only thing I don't particularly like is the piping along this side, along the join of the handle, has started to crack. And I've actually lost a little bit there, which I didn't realise, but I've lost a little bit of the plastic, which I'll show you in the clip at the end. I don't mind that so much after a year, but maybe after 2, 3, 4 years that might become a problem. I know that you can send bags back to Mulberry to get fixed and to get treated. That probably costs money, and I guess although you pay all that money to start with and you expect it to last, if you use it every day, then it's just everyday wear and tear. So I don't mind paying so much for that to get fixed one day or another. So, on to more wear. In the first video, I remember I said about having scratches on the top of the bag. And actually, they have gone, which is quite cool. Let me see if I can show you this. Ugh. Those scratches are pretty much gone. I said I kept putting my bag into and out of a locker. We now have bigger lockers at work, so it's brilliant that I don't scratch my bag so much. As my bags got older, it becomes more polished. So the more I use it, it polishes itself up. So I found that if I scratch it, if I rub it, or if I just leave it and just to get on with life, like I've got one here, I know that's going to wear in and that scratch isn't going to be there in 2 days, 3 days time. So that's not so bad, and I've got over scratches on the bag, and I haven't got any deep scratches at all, nothing that hasn't come out and nothing that isn't just a surface scratch that isn't going to come out in the future. So what to talk about now? I guess I'll talk about more about discolouring. The back is going to be a big sticking point for people, I know. I have a black coat, I wear dark jeans, so I knew I was going to get some sort of colour transfer, and it looks quite bad. And actually on camera it looks worse than what it is in, this is heavy, than what it is in person, and it's not too bad. You can see my lights are shining off of it. It's not too bad, and actually when I will use this in the summer, this will most probably go. It's almost like a surface colouring, so where your jeans have rubbed their dye on, as you rub it against lighter materials or rub it against your skin, it will rub off, and it has done if I've worn a lighter coat or lighter tops or not my jeans. So it's quite interesting how the bag changes, and it isn't always, you know, if you've hurt it one time, it isn't always going to be like that forever. Talking about that, I take my lunch to work in this bag, which I bet some of you are like, oh my god, no, 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 no. One time I was like that because I spilled, or my lunch spilt in my bag. Here is a stain from pesto, so it's from oil. I had pesto in my bag, and my Tupperware leaked, and sadly I have now got a pesto stain. I'm so glad it wasn't at the front of the bag, so I don't really mind so much about that being a problem, and that is so much better than it was. This was about 6 months ago, but it was so much better than when it first happened. So it has sort of rubbed in, it's moulded into the bag, and actually I don't mind it so much. It's at the bottom, and it's something I expected. Didn't expect to get pesto in my bag, but if I want to take my lunch in this bag, then I know something's going to happen. I should expect something to happen. You know what I mean. And then last time I spoke about the hardware. It's done pretty well. I haven't got any scratches on this brass plate. I have got a few chips in it, which I shall show you in the close-up. And this turn lock, the very tip has lost its brass colouring. It's now silver. And if I take this off, you can see the inside has lost some of its brass colouring, and it now has silver on it. So I guess it's just a brass coating. And again with the back plate, just very small areas have gone a little bit silver, but you'll see that in the up close part of the video. Oh, I've just scratched the front of it with my bracelet, but that's fine, I'm not so worried. And as for the feet, the very tops where it has touched the floor have gone silver and are not brass anymore, but again, everyday wear and tear. So I think that's covered it quite well, and I think the fact that I've said I've used this every day shows I have loved it, and it has been a complete brilliant investment. And you know, it's been just over a year since I've had the bag and since I've been using it, so probably, you know, not taking into account holiday days, so I didn't take this on my summer holiday with me, which was for 7 days. I probably have used this bag 365 or coming up for 365 times at least. And so I like to work things out in monetary value. So if I think of every pound that I spent on this bag and then transfer that to every wear, I'm looking at about £2.50, £2 something for every time I've worn this, which is cheaper than you can buy a bag. You can't buy a bag in Primark for £2.50, so as long as you're knowing you're buying something that you're going to use all the time, then I think it's worth spending the extra money, in my opinion. So let's get inside. In my first video, said how I hadn't anticipated the size of this bag. I hadn't anticipated how big the bucket was going to be. So I thought of a way of opening the back pocket and using that as sort of like an emergency pocket, and I still use that tip. So I still definitely use this back pocket for everything I need to grab hold of. This bucket area is for everything that is big and I know isn't going to get lost inside of, you know, I know where it is. So I guess I'll start with this little pocket because that's where I started before. These first two pockets in the back here, let me see if I can hold this up, that attach to the zipped pocket. There are two slots, one here and one here. My old phone didn't fit in them, so now I've got a new phone that fits in there. It makes it so much easier. So let me see, these two pockets at the front of the zipped pocket, they're just slots. In one of them, I've got my iPhone 6, I'll get rid of that quick. It just slots straight in there, it's so easy to get hold of, and because it's a bit longer than the iPhone 4, I can see it easily, so that's quick and easy. In that pocket, I'll keep it down here I think, I hope that's okay. So in the same pocket as my iPhone, I have a train ticket, an old one, not a new one. And then in the pocket next to it, I've got the headphones that came with my iPhone. I don't like the new ones, they're a bit sticky in the earring, if you know what I mean. Just a receipt and 3 hairbands, some paracetamol, one of those headphone jacks that you can put 2 headphones into one slot. Oh, another receipt, a Kirby grip, and that's it. Or a bobby pin, sorry, that's what they're called. Now, in this pocket here, the zipped one, which is my main pocket, the one that I use all the time, I have got a pen, 2 hairbands, my keys for my work locker, an iPhone, an iPod Nano. I don't know what generation, but it's orange and it's on with the video camera on it, with my old headphones that I prefer. My Wayfarers, they're Ray-Ban Wayfarers in Tortoise, I think they're called, the colour. Actually, I know they're not called that, they're actually called Havana. They're slightly lighter than the tortoise shell. Just saying. I don't keep these in a case. These are now 7 years old, wildly enough, and I don't keep them in their case because when I'm driving, if I need to get sunglasses on, if it's really bright, I can just lean into my bag and put these on and not have to faff around with the case. I have got a lipstick. At the moment I keep, I think it's Creme de Nude in there from MAC. It's just a really nice sort of glossy nude that goes with everything. So yeah, quite nice. I've got a Harry Potter, or Hogwarts in the Snow, a Harry Potter pin from when I went to the studios. I've got some gum, another pen, a chapstick, my house keys with my Mulberry Heritage keyring, which I think I showed in probably my last What's in My Bag as well. And that's aged really well, so maybe I should do a video on that. A Starbucks card, which I still don't understand how to use. Another hairband, some chili plant seeds, and a car park ticket, which wasn't accepted. This was back in like July, I think, and the machine didn't accept it, so the man had to manually let me out. So I've always wondered if I put this into the pay machine, I wonder how much it would say I owed, like hundreds and hundreds of pounds. Maybe I'll do that one day. And that's everything in that back pocket. So they're all my essentials, I'd say, or little things that would get stuck in the corners of my bag. Now on to the big pocket, so I can show you what that looks like in a bit more detail now. And the first thing in there is just an empty water bottle. This is usually full. I try and drink at least 1 litre of water a day. It should be 2, but if I aim for 1 litre, anything more is a bonus. My Filofax, it's a bit obnoxious. It's bright pink. Yeah, it's just something I've tried to be a bit diligent about. Last year I found I was missing things because I wasn't writing them down so much, so I've invested and I have started to write more of what I should be doing and planning things, which is what I ultimately wanted to do with this. When you watch those, or maybe not, but I watch those videos on YouTube of how people organise their planners, and oh my lord, like they are on point with their life, and I don't know how they ever get anything wrong or missed. And I'd like to be like that, but that's just not going to happen. So this is my way of trying to be a little bit more organised. The next thing is an umbrella. This is just a Cath Kidston, oh no it's not, it's an Emma Bridgewater. Apologies. It's an Emma Bridgewater umbrella. I love her mugs. She does amazing mug designs, and this was actually in the sale, so I think it was a tenner. I think it's a good size, it's light, and I like the design to have in my bag. I've got a pot of strawberry jam. They sell these at work in the canteen for like 25p, but if you have like a slice of toast, that's way too much jam. So I keep this, and that 25p will last me about 4 different toasts. So 4 days, not bad. A pack of tissues. My card reader for my bank. I don't ever really use it. A pen. Oh, a case. What is this? It's not the case for my Wayfarers. It's actually another pair of sunglasses. I'm one of those people. I fell in love with these last summer, and I bought these, and I absolutely love them still. These are Ray-Ban Wayfarers with flash lenses. I love them, but they're a bit loud if you're wearing a loud outfit. So I keep these in my bag in case I want to wear them, but I will wear my Wayfarers if I want something a bit more classic. But yeah, still loving those. The next item is this. You'll remember this from my last What's in My Bag. This is a Pug Purse. So in here is like an what do people call it? A mini emergency kit or something like that. And it's just got Lemsip, plasters, tissues, paracetamol, those KFC hand wipe things, and tampons of course, because they're always useful if you're a girl. And having all those things in here I think is just a really nice way of disguising it and making sure that you've always got stuff with you. And then my last thing is this. This is probably one of my first YouTube videos I did, which was a review on my, I think they call it a French purse now, but when I had this they were called a trifold purse. And this must be the actual brass covering, because I've had this purse a lot longer than I've had the bag, and it's not showing any of the silver in the label, so that's pretty cool. This purse has aged quite a lot since that video. I probably should do an updated one on this purse, but I still absolutely love it, and I still have used it. I've never not used this, so yeah, this is a real staple as well. And that is everything. So inside my bag is absolutely, so inside my bag is pretty much stain free, and considering I dropped in there pesto, you wouldn't be able to find where that was, but you could on the outside of the bag. But yeah, that's what the bag is like without anything in it. If I was to, so much lighter, just do it up for you and then place it down. It's just very much slouchy, as you can see. So be warned, if you don't carry much in your bags and you want to get a Bayswater, it might end up looking like this if you don't carry much in it, because gravity will take its course and there's nothing in it to hold its shape. But yeah, I absolutely love this bag. I was still feeling completely in love with it a whole year and a bit on, a whole 8 years since I first fell in love with the bag, and I think it was such a good investment for me. I'm going to put in pictures, or actually I'm going to put in a video I think of what the bag is like up close, so let me know how you think it's. Actually, I haven't spoken about something. As far as the piping on the side, I've had no tears. Some people say that they get tears in their piping, or if they bash the side there's a lot of wear. There is wear, and actually I've lost a little bit of colour on this one. It's scuffed slightly where it's not quite so tanned, but I'm sure that will polish. And this side is slightly darker because this is obviously where I hold it against my coat or against my jeans. But as for the others, I've got no rips, no tears, and yeah, not too bad at all. So yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry if it was a long one, and I hope to see you guys soon.